Hey guys, so today I'm going to share 3 lessons with you that I've learned from this 90 days challenge. Lesson number 1 is repetition is the king. So what I've noticed that when I don't really do scripts because I don't like the way I come out. I think I sound and look like a robot just reading something off the wall, and it doesn't really help me to convey my personality that well. And it's also kind of, it doesn't let you go with the flow because you've got a path which is prescribed and that's what you follow, and doesn't really offer that much leeway to deviate from the subject. In some ways, it might be good, but I think in most of the ways, when inspiration might come in the process, you kind of restrict yourself from catching that inspiration and talking about something else, adding to your conversation. So lesson number 1 for me is I work best when I note down the outline for the video and I do several takes. And I don't do it with every video, but what I've noticed that sometimes it just doesn't flow. So it doesn't flow, so I have to go through recording the same video several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the final take is kind of good. And the way it works for me, and probably it might work for you as well if you try, is because you go through the same thing and it kind of consolidates in your head. And every next time it comes out much better, much more coherent. And you also end up being more confident on camera because the plan, the outline is already in your head and kind of comes out of your mouth much easier, much more fluently. So that's lesson number 1. I would call it repetition is the king. Just outline what you want to talk about. And even if you don't have an outline, sometimes I have had those videos when I've got an idea and I just switch on the camera and I start talking. And it kind of evolves in the process, but then still it might come out quite cumbersomely at times. But then when I repeat the recording and go through the process again, it comes out better. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, find a place, environment where you flow while recording your videos. So for me, it's nature. I quite often go out for jogs in the evening to a local park. And what I found that when I record a video in the park, I feel more inspired. It just flows. Um, I'm happy. I'm physically a little bit tired because normally I do that when I do that in the park. I do that after the jog. Um, there is more headspace, and it just goes better. And also in, let's say this is my office, and I think most of the videos I've ended up making here. Um, I'm more fluent when I'm standing rather than sitting. So right now I'm sitting, but when I stand, it's more liberating because I can gesticulate, I can move a little bit, and I guess it allows for the body movements to kind of come together with the speech flow, and it just makes it much better. The final output is much better and feels also better in the process for me. So find your environment is lesson number 2. And lesson number 3 is kind of linked to lesson number 1 about repetition, is that the reason why I'm doing this challenge is because I just wanted to get myself out there and practice being on camera, exposing myself to the public. And sometimes videos come out fine, sometimes not so fine. But the point being, because they do come out fine sometimes, at least from my perspective, that gives me confidence that I can do that. I can be on camera and I can be in that headspace and experience that flow when it just coming all together, and the video gets formed through all of that process. And that gives me tremendous courage and self-confidence in my skills, and also allows to be a little bit somewhat kinder to myself, because I know sometimes there can be those moments when it just doesn't go, and I've had those couple of videos when I just felt like nothing was in my hand which was worth sharing, so I would just record that video sharing exactly that nothing was in my head that I wanted to share that at that time. Um, but because of those videos which actually do work out, and sometimes from the first attempt, I do know that I can do it. And it's okay that sometimes it doesn't come out well, but I can do it. And that feels amazing. So this is lesson number 3. Basically, through repetition, you get your courage and you get your self-confidence in your abilities. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, and until tomorrow. And this was day 38, I believe. And my name is Vladimir. Thanks for watching.